Hi everyone, Monique here, Intuitive Soul Savant. How are you all going? Today's video, I'm going to be discussing where we're at energetically. As you all would know, we have a solar eclipse this weekend. That's a full moon eclipse, and it is in Scorpio. 14 to 15 degrees, Scorpio. In the sidereal chart, it's not in Scorpio. It would be in Libra, but we are focusing on tropical astrology here. However, if you have a sidereal moon in Scorpio, like I have, then you will be feeling this as well on an evolutionary, higher consciousness awareness with this eclipse. Okay, just saying that. Now we have a Mercury retrograde. I felt the effects of the Mercury retrograde, as we all do. However, the Mercury retrograde, working along with this eclipse, is dredging up memories, ancestral wounds, things that have been passed down to us from generations, all things that we've experienced in this life. So last week, with Mercury retrograde coming up into this eclipse, a lot of my clients and students have been having memories pop up. Mercury, the mind. And these memories are of the past wounds, past situations. So with Mercury involved in this eclipse, we have that aspect. Now, a solar eclipse is obviously full moon. The sun and the moon are opposing each other. So the moon is going to be full in the tropical chart in Scorpio, and the sun will be in Taurus, conjuncting Uranus and that retrograde Mercury. So it's a big one. And this morning, as soon as I woke up this morning, I could feel in the lower belly, the second chakra, that old feeling, that old Pluto energy. As soon as I woke up and felt it, I went, there's that Pluto signature. And it can be a mix of fear, grief, loss. If you haven't done your inner child work as yet, because Pluto's just starting with you, it could be very uncomfortable for you. Now, number one, this week, next week, self-soothing, self-care, extreme self-care. What does that look like? Well, the first thing I was to say to myself this morning was to hold that space. Not to reject it, not to disassociate from it, not to latch on to that energy and create a big story about why I'm feeling so uncomfortable in the second chakra, which is what I used to do years and years and years and years ago, before I'd actually started with Pluto to unpack all of those wounds in the second chakra from my ancestors, or just from the wounds of this life, the wounds that my soul brought in. Before I started doing that work, I used to latch on to those feelings in the stomach and create a story about them. Now, what happens then is that I've activated the mind into this situation, and the mind loves to run and imagine and make up stuff, which is great if you're positively creating. However, when it leans to the negative side, you know, the victim wounds, you know, all of the negative victim stuff can be activated by a loose mind on the run, making up stories about a feeling in the lower belly. This is where Pluto does its work, in the lower belly. The root chakra, that's our ancestral line. And then that energy flowing into the second chakra, is our wounded child and our creative child. So this morning, with that very uncomfortable energy, it is uncomfortable, I started writing. It's the first time in my life that I actually channeled that pain into creativity, and it's a wonderful gift to be able to do that. And I can't believe that it's taken all this time for me to be able to do it. Fantastic artists and musicians and songwriters, you know, they can make millions of dollars off their pain because they have a serious breakup, and rather than go underground and hide out and become the victim, they channel that hurt and pain into something creative. And that's all that happens in the second chakra. And then when we do that, we're able to move the energy up into the third chakra and shine like this, like I'm making a video for you today. When I went through, you know, the initial couple of years of Pluto moving that energy around in the second chakra, I couldn't make a video. There's no way I could make a video. I couldn't write. You know, I was in isolation. I was in grief, debilitated from taking any creative action because I didn't understand what was going on down there in the second chakra, what those feelings were. It's like a nausea, but it's not nausea. In the beginning, it was, I could feel the fear. I knew it was fear in my second chakra. I knew it was fear in that lower belly, that uncomfortable butterfly feeling. That is what is expected for those that are doing this Pluto work. You know, I expect people only on this channel to be doing their inner child Pluto work, really. You know, if you've got a lovely chart with all beautiful triangles and happy aspects, great. But that's not me. I've got grand crosses in my chart, and many of my clients have. And also what I'm finding is that I have it in my chart, the grand cross. I have Taurus, 10th house, 4th house Scorpio, 1st house rising Leo, 7th house Aquarius. And that's what's being activated. Pluto into Aquarius. And today, Pluto stationed in Aquarius, in very early degrees Aquarius. We've discussed that. So it's very interesting that I woke up with those old feelings again, not to the extent that I did before I had felt those feelings enough, come to understand those feelings, embrace those as part of myself, integrated those feelings as part of myself, accepted. You know, in full moons, a lot of astrologers advise letting go. Well, freaking hell. You know, there's so much. If I counted how many times I've tried to let go of people, and that energy keeps coming back because I'm trying to let it go. However, I've found that what works for me is acceptance. Accepting. Those people are in my life. They're no longer in my life. I'm going to accept this. Rather than letting go, it's an acceptance. It doesn't mean, oh, I'm stuck with it. I have to put up with this now. It's accepting that the whole of what's happened in my past, because Pluto's all about releasing the past, what was all happened in my past happened, and it's made me who I am today. It's made me able to share with you on YouTube. So really, you know, I need to own that, which allows me to love that and not be fragmented. Because every time I try to forget what's happened in my past and disown it and not own it, I'm fragmenting myself. I am who I am today because of everything that's happened in the past. You know, with this Mercury retrograde, there's flashbacks. It's past flashbacks, which, you know, when they flash across the mind activates our emotions, and you'll feel these things down in the emotional body. And just not to attach to them. Observe. Oh, wow, there's that old stuff again. Yeah. I accept that. not attached to it, like I said, and allow the mind to go off on a big story with it, because that can lock you in for days. And it's happened to me, days and days. However, as you become comfortable with embodying Pluto's energy, it can be very quick. It was like this morning. Oh yeah, oh yuck. Oh, should I cry? Should I not cry? I think I tried to have a cry for a moment. No. So I got up and I just started writing. And I'm writing an ebook, so on the chakras. So I wrote about that feeling, that because it's very much second chakra. This is where, in the water chakra, the emotional chakra, the moon chakra, the second chakra, it's our inner child, and it's our inner wounded child and our inner creative child. So the two of them are there. The second chakra is the gonads. It's the sexual organs. There's two. I just want to reach out to you guys if you're struggling. Okay, you're not alone. I've just finished my teaching meditation. Everybody's feeling it. Everybody's aware. So just watch some positive information, whatever helps to soothe you, and self-love, owning that, not disassociating, running off into our addictions, because this is where the addictions come into play, because of that feeling and that uncomfortability, and wanting to shake that feeling. But with Pluto, you will come to learn that there's no shaking it off anymore. There's no disassociating. Pluto is bringing the unconscious up into the conscious awareness to be dealt with, to be felt, to be honored and accepted. Definitely to be accepted. So this weekend brings our full moon eclipse in Scorpio. We will still have Mercury retrograde, and we've got Uranus there. So there's a few things going on this month, but I just wanted to touch base with you regarding Pluto, because that's what we're doing here. We're doing our inner work, our shadow work through the energies of understanding the Plutonic energies. It's the end of a cycle for many of us, not everybody, because not everybody gets to experience a challenging Pluto hard aspect, and not everybody gets that opportunity to be able to clear out the trash, energetically speaking. So I love you all. If you're new to my channel, please jump over to the playlist, because there's videos to watch there that will be relative for the whole of the Pluto transit through Aquarius. If you'd like a one-on-one consultation with me, my email's down there. My website will be released in the next new moon. So it's nearly finished. I have somebody doing that for me. I've got some great helpers that have come around me, which is wonderful. So I'll be launching that couple of pages of that website in the new moon. So that works really well with me. So big hugs, big hugs, but give yourself a big hug, like this is extreme self-care, extreme self-love, and you're not alone. All right. I hope you get to see this video this week if you're struggling. You're not alone. Drop a comment. Let us know how you're feeling. You're not alone. Okay. So namaste to all of you. I love you all. And thank you so much for watching and walking with me as I rebirth and become more confident, and my path becomes very clear in how I'm to share my information to help others. All right. So thanks, everyone. And we'll see you soon.